welcome back to Afternoon Express this fabulous family day. So financial planning experts Amanda John and Nelisiwe Ndlovu developed a new 12-month financial fitness journal to help South Africans improve their money management behaviours. Including savings and retirement planning, debt traps and budgeting. The journal has monthly themes aimed at providing direction in a number of important financial areas, ranging from spending habits and sticking to a budget, to savings, tax, family protection, retirement, and protecting one's assets as well as estate planning. So we have Amanda John in the loft today to give us an overview on how you can attain your financial fitness. Oh, wow. I mean, is getting financially fit as hard as getting physically fit?
Probably equally as hard.
Oh, no, don't tell me that.
Probably equally as hard. It needs just as much work, needs just as much discipline, needs just as much awareness and time management as well.
I don't know if I can focus on both, but let's do financial fitness now, because if you're rich, it doesn't matter if you're skinny. So tell me, what was your reason for putting this book together?
A lot of things, and one of those things was really that, I mean, you come across so many people who, whether they're earning well or not well enough, according to them, whatever the case may be, but a lot of people feel like they're not aware enough of what financial planning is really about, what money management is really about. People don't usually come across financial advisors even as much as we might think they do. So these are conversations they don't necessarily have with people. These are conversations they don't come across as often as possible. So one of the things was really that people aren't educated enough in terms of financial literacy. People don't have the awareness, the understanding, enough knowledge to make the right decisions. So it really came from that, and really to say, we see here and there a few or a lot of, you know, financial literacy programs of some nature happening, but the education is not consistent. So,
I agree with that. I don't even know half the time what's going on with financial planning. But I see you've made it so interesting because you've got this little tree. No, this is so great. Because you see, you've got January, and then February Lane, March Meander, April Road, May Way, June Street. Explain this diagram for me, because I love it.
All it means, it's a journey. And I mean, if you think back to your very first question, it was, is it as hard committing to it as it is committing to gym or whatever health journey you may be? It is just as hard. But if you've got the right knowledge, you've got the right understanding, you do tend to find it a little easier. Just like you will find exercising a little easier. The more you get into it, it gets a little bit easier. So that road map or tree map really explains the journey of financial fitness to financial freedom. It is a journey. It all starts with the budget. That's the first thing we talk about here. And I know one of the viewers made that comment to say it actually starts with the budget and just sticking to it, you know.
It's so hard to stick to a budget, because then you can't spontaneously spend, which is the best kind of spending.
It is the best kind of spending, but when you know when to actually spend. You can't spend money you don't have.
Exactly. But so it makes so much sense to be financially free and financially disciplined. But I think so many people are already in so much debt that you're sitting in this. It feels like you're just sitting in a pool and you're treading water and you're just not getting anywhere. So how do people then work their way out of debt?
Just like all the other questions refer to, it's not easy. It isn't easy. But one of those ways is really, really starting with your budget. At the end of the day, whether you are in debt or not, you need to have a budget. You need to stick to the budget. You need to know your budget. You need to know how much you earn and what your, you know, basic use of money actually is in terms of household expenses and any other expenses that you may have. But one of those ways is really going back to your budget and saying, let me review my budget. Where am I possibly spending a lot more? Where can I start cutting some expenses? At the end of the day, you might not be in a position to have a higher salary. You might not be in a position to be able to make extra income. So one of those ways is really to go back to the drawing board and really saying, where am I spending? What am I spending on? What can I do without, so that I start kind of allocating a bit of that money into paying off my debt, into at least starting that journey of being debt-free.
And also saving is really important. But I mean, should everybody be saving, even if you feel like you're not earning enough?
Everybody should be saving.
Really?
This is something that comes up quite a lot, and I was saying to a lot of people that I've met during the course of the day today that one of the things that I really, really vouch for and I advocate for and I really encourage people to do is to say it doesn't matter how much you're earning, but if you start saving from your very, very first paycheck, you get into the habit of actually saving. You start reaping those rewards. You start seeing the benefit of doing so. You start seeing your money work for you in the sense that you start seeing growth, hopefully, you know. So, yeah.
Well, people should stop going YOLO, well, people, as me, and start saving. Thank you so much for sharing all this information with us. I think you've definitely helped us a little bit in becoming financially fit.